What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. Jason, Joe, and Crams are here. Stevie Wonder Week winding down the final day. And today we're talking about artists with signature sounds. Clearly, Stevie has got that. He's got a number of signature sounds. You've got that really distinct chromatic harmonica that he plays. You got the clavinet, the Tonto synth, the whole sound, everything coming together to create a cohesive sound. Any of those things apply, and we're going to talk about some other artists with signature sounds today. Who you got?
All right, signature sounds. Let's start off with one that I don't think gets enough credit for kind of revolutionizing. You can pick apart some other things, but I'm going to go with Nine Inch Nails with that sort of industrial synth kind of sound, where you got these big, daunting synths, really aggressive, really violent. You get like those drum machine parts that really just sound like factories and like pipes and everything kind of coming together and gears churning and clanking of metal and all that stuff. So, you know, that when you say that industrial sound, I think Nine Inch Nails is the first thing that comes to mind. Next, I'm going to go the signature sound of good old Steve Harris on bass for Iron Maiden with that galloping bass kind of, you know, metal was kind of blooming at the time, but when you talk about, you know, the new British, you know, invasion of metal, that's what you're talking about. The boom, 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 boom. He's just got that like there's some doom metal chugging and everything, but I'll take the nice galloping bass that Harris brings. Then I'm gonna go with, I think, the most iconic backing vocal style in classic rock history. You got to go with Van Halen in that signature backing vocal sound. Like as soon as you hear that, you know it's Michael Anthony, and that whole just it's so cool how it accents Van Halen too, or this fun, raucous, lively guitar band, and then just like this sweet, angelic like backing vocal coming in. I automatically just hear Van Halen as soon as I hear it. Then it's not much of a signature sound without talking about Jethro Tull. Obviously, you get that old English folk style with some hard rock in there. And then the flute. There's not many flautists going around rock history. Maybe a touch or two here, song to song, but got to go Jethro Tull there. And then finally, another big signature sound. When you think about the Rickenbacker guitar, you think about the Byrds, and it creates that really nice, kind of pretty, like bells and chimes and very picturesque and sunny, almost Christmassy kind of vibe to it that they do so well, and, you know, write great hooks off of the cover and create great hooks off that Rickenbacker sound. So I think those are all 5 pretty iconic ones for me.
All right, those are some good ones right there. You stole my Steve Harris. It's all right. We'll regroup, think of somebody else. We'll start off with a little Brian May, that multi-layered guitar, pretending to be an orchestra, especially prominent starting on Queen 2, with Procession and From Father to Son. Just, you know, it sounds like 36 different guitars just in a symphony of greatness. We'll do a more contemporary one. I got Chris Wolstenholme from Muse, that super fuzzy bass that he uses to great effect. I feel like when you're in a trio, you got to have a pretty unique bass sound or style, and he definitely has that in Muse. We'll do John Petrucci from Dream Theater, this single note, like, I don't know if chromatic or what they are exactly, but just the way he flies up and down the fretboard with that signature tone, really cool, unique, modern, you know, prog metal sound. Really, what I think of when I think of prog metal, I think of John Petrucci's guitar lines. Stevie has his very trademark harmonica, but how about Neil Young's trademark harmonica? Those are probably the two most, well, maybe Bob Dylan as well, but when you think harmonica tones, I usually think of either a Neil Young tone or a Stevie Wonder tone. And finally, to replace Steve Harris, bust a little Earth, Wind, and Fire with the old Phoenix horns. Also prominently on some Phil Collins records that some of us like more than others. This channel. Love the horns there. That's a nice, prominent, big, brassy, cool element that they brought to, funk, R&B of the 70s and 80s.
My first one, I'm going to go with Frank Zappa. I think, he's done a lot of different things and covered a lot of ground, but I think that the way he composes and that heavy use of marimba is just so identifiable as being a Zappa thing. And then I'm going to go with ELO. I think Jeff Lynne's production just very identifiable, the way he mixes and the way that the vocals sound on those records. And then later in the 80s, the way he would record drums and acoustic guitars, just extremely identifiable. Then I'm going to go with a guy that I always talk about in almost every side three, Jay Mascis. His sound, his guitar, just I can pick it out anywhere. If he guests on someone else's records, doesn't matter. I just know at the instant I hear it. Then I'm going to go, I don't know if this is up for grabs, if we can do a producer, but I'm going to go with Danger Mouse. I think a lot of the records that he produces have a very similar sound. Especially the drums, just has a very particular way of recording drums. And then my last one, I'm going to go with Nick Drake. I think his guitar tone is very unique. And typically when people talk about unique guitar tones, they're talking about electric guitar. But I think for an acoustic player to have such an identifiable sound is kind of a unique and rare thing. So that'll be my last one. All right, so let us know some more signature sounds down in the comments, be it bands or solo artists or even producers. Let us know some of your favorite. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as we're coming up on 10K. Check the video description for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, our website, merch, and our Patreon. Check it out if you're interested in supporting the channel further. A lot of cool stuff going on over there, as well as an opportunity for you to lend your voice to some of the artists we will cover in the future. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.